What I'm about to reveal to you now is the secret to have things to talk about, not run out of things to say. Attain interactions where it just flows and it's not anything weird going on, anything like any trying or manipulation. And it goes a lot deeper than just going into an interaction or in a party scene and you try to like control the conversation or there's a trick in what you're saying. This thing is deeper. It's called curiosity, and it'll help you have things to talk about, and it'll help you listen to the other person. And whenever you have something to say, it will actually resonate with the other person. And it's not going to be a performance, the conversation or the interaction that you're having with one or more people. A curiosity is a perspective. And like I talked about in Essay Stripped Down Formula, perspective is everything. It's the lens, it's where it starts, and it'll influence all your actions. Every choice that you're making, whether it'll help your social life or whether it'll kill your social life, it has to do with your lens. And I've gone through the perspective, how to like question everything. Is it really true what you're seeing? And when you face the beliefs that those beliefs are limiting and they're just beliefs and they don't mean anything. When you see that, it goes away and it clears up. But curiosity is something that will actually naturally happen when you do that. When you question limiting beliefs and they go away, there will be a natural curiosity for life and for people, in things, everything around you. But that process of cleaning your lens is a long process, can be. It didn't really happen to me, not really until last year, to be honest. But curiosity is something that you can practice, just like the law of attraction. It's something that you can actually look for. You can start, and that's why this is so early in the program here. It's because it's very comfortable. It starts, you can do this right where you are in your room, wherever you're sitting. There don't have to be people around you. Because if you train your brain to be naturally curious about your environment, then when there are people there, then that's even more interesting. So when you can find something interesting about things around you, you can also find interesting things about or cues about people as well. That's a safe place to start in your own bedroom. So we're going to take this to humanity with people eventually. But if you can actually just start by, I have this pillow here, and I know that Austin's mom created those. But if I didn't know that, I would I could probably ask myself for the pillow, who made this, or how did this come about? Was it did it get made in Taiwan? Was it child labor? Was it a grown-up? Maybe it was a rich person. Maybe it's a lot more expensive than I think it is. And what does this pattern really mean? These octopus-looking pink things here. What are those symbols for? And this pattern here, oh, that looks like a watermelon. It is, in fact, watermelon. Why is that there? Is it because watermelon is an important fruit in this designer's life? Why is it on chess colors behind it? Could it be that he was or she was an active chess player, spilled watermelon on the chessboard so that they ruined the whole chess game for the other person? It could be really stupid, okay? The things you come up with can be stupid, but it'll get your brain starting. And this is the key in a conversation with people, where you don't really try anything anymore. Whenever you're talking to someone and the interaction is going well, these things, it's not something that the brain is trying to do. It has been already doing the work beforehand. Maybe in the beginning of the party, there was a little awkward tension, but that's now gone with maybe the liquor, but also with the flow of the party. The awkwardness is over. It was a feeling that faded away. And maybe they have had a whole week of a lot of interactions, and now they can flow in conversation very easily. But remember that when things look really smoothly, it's usually because their brains are trained and adapted to it. When I sit making this program here, I sit on my computer a lot, editing and making sure that it happens and that it gets launched. And there's a lot of work that I do alone. And when I'm gonna interact with strangers, and obviously this camera helps me talk, so it won't be that awkward when I get to meet people afterwards. But if I just did editing work the whole day, I would get very lost in my head and I would not really be out there in my environment. I'm just into this little square thing here and my little world. But if I get out of my head and I look at things, there are two guitars there. When you train your brain to get interested and curious about your environment, it'll start naturally being interested on autopilot. And your interactions are going a lot more smoothly. You can improvise and you can have this banter between, and there's gonna be a tennis game and you're not this wall that people are talking to, but you're actually throwing the ball back at them. Because you can think on your feet. Start looking at things around you, and yeah, what do you see? I can come with more, like this pillow. There's only pillows right here, but this let's see, this bowl here. There's peanuts up in there. Who ate it? Was it Ken or was it Austin? Bjelleklangs Mr. This is some Christmas bowl. All right. And I can think again, you know. Oh, there's a long word here. Huh, okay. Christmas with joy. Okay, why is it standing here? It's like 2 months since Christmas. But who made it? Was it... and did they have fun making it? And it doesn't have a genius. I'm not really that great at this. Would it break if I released it here? I'm not gonna try that, but would it? Or would I have to like drop it from here in order for it to break? Who's allergic to peanuts? And whenever it doesn't work, when you don't really get done with a thing, when you can't really, I don't come up with anything, just try something else. If I did this for 20 minutes, I would get a lot better and my brain would start actually working. There's a screwdriver here. There's a screwdriver here. Orange, that's one of my favorite colors. Screwdriver. Do you want a screw? Do you want a screw? I have this video where I ask girls about that. Imagine when you go out in public and you actually see people who are a lot more interesting than stuff like this. I could probably, like, in some way, in 20 minutes, I could probably find some interesting things about, like, the important thing is that it leads somewhere. There's a connection. There's like an association. In a conversation, there are also associations all the time. It's like an improvisation. In improv, they have this rule: yes and. You're always supposed to say yeah, or like accepting their feedback whenever your partner says, I like turtles, and you say, I love how they're slow and but they're so boring. You feed off from that energy. But imagine if you go out in public and and there are people there who I think a lot more interesting. But this is the exercise before you go out in public. Notice if you can actually get to a level where your brain starts flowing a lot easier. Okay? Good luck with this one. And the next step will be to actually go out in public and look at people.